Hello! Today I've got a little project. Well, actually it's more of a tip than a project per se. But I've got a little something to show you, just the way I do things. Now, here I have an aluminum shaft. This is actually the trimmings off of a bolt, but it shows what I need to do. Here is a Lee case tool. And this shaft is a particular caliber, but the point is it fits in the end like this. And this allows me to trim the thing down, because what I use to cut my arrow shafts when they're raw is a tubing cutter. So you put the tubing cutter in there, you tighten her down, you go round, and you're done. You cut it off. And that gets it square, but it doesn't give you a real precision cut. So here's how I work it. Get them all cut with the tubing cutter first, then come back with a case trimming tool just to square up the end. And it kind of doesn't matter anyway, because what you're going to do with the insert is come on the end, and it kind of flushes up there anyway. It's going to square it up. The edge of the outside edge of the insert is going to square with your broadhead, so that's going to work for you. But not that many people use the aluminums anymore. They're still very good, but they do bend if you hit something with them. They can bend on you. So what do you do when you have something like this? You have a carbon arrow. Here's what I'm shooting. It's Axis. It is a hidden insert technology, and what that means is, I get it real close there, you don't see the little insert there, the little aluminum piece. It's actually pushed down in here, and you got to have a tool generally to make these up. So I get these things ordered. I order the shafts, and I fletch these myself to get them the way I want them. But when you get them in there, they may not necessarily line up. Now, if you fletch these, you can always make them line up. You just put the arrowhead, the broadhead in here, and then you tune it this way with a knock, and then make it. Works that way. But what if you don't have all that? How do you handle it if you don't have all that? Well, you can buy a very expensive tool, or you can do it country boy style. Here is an arrow, and I don't know if you can see, it's not quite lined up so that the fletchings are in line with the 4-blade broadhead. So if the arrow were to stop in this position, it'd be lined up, but it went on around. So I have to take it on a little bit around, a little bit more, so that they'll line up. Now, how can I do that without the aid of some very expensive tool? Let's examine it. First, we're going to need a whacket. Here's a whacket. We're going to need a backstop for the whacket. That's 2 pieces. We're going to need a hole punch. Now, this happens to be one, came out of a little made in China set, Chinese made, $5.99 at the craft store. Gonna need some sandpaper. We're gonna take, this happens to be the 4mm hole, and we're gonna come down our piece of paper and go and we're going to knock out some holes. This actually works pretty good if you have the little stick-on type, you know, that you use on the disc wheel sanders that aren't the Velcro kind, because they're sticky on the back. This is not. This is just, I'm using 100 here. You can use something a little bit finer. Now we made some holes. Can we see the little holes? So we sandpaper on this side, a little hole. Still missing a little something. We need some kind of a drill motor. We'll lay it down on the desk like this. I'll reposition the camera. And we will need a little bastard file. Now, that's not a dirty word, bastard. Bastard is the name of a particular type of fine cross-cut kind of cut of a file. But get a good sharp bastard. Take a field tip. that is at least as big a diameter as what we're going to use as our arrow. So you get one 9/32, something like that. So it's like this. See, we have these little threads here. They're going to be a problem for us, but not for much longer. Let's see what we're going to do to it. Because this shaft fits down in the end of the arrow well, and this flat edge is nice and square to that shaft. So we're going to put one in the drill, and then we're going to use the file. We're going to hold the file stationary, rub it back for maybe just a little bit, but turn it against the file so that we're going to file off those threads. Let's reposition the camera and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, here's the close-up. Give the camera time to focus. See, here's one. It's just the standard field tip, larger diameter than the shaft. See, it fits in here. See how it sticks out there? Got a little more shoulder to it. Have another one here. So what I do is I'm going to turn my drill on, and it's rotating towards me. And I'm just going to file off the threads. Well, now that looks about right. What I'm going to do is unchuck it. Put the machine to the side, and you see, got those gone. Now, it's not going to stay in there because my threads is missing, right? Check it right there. What do you think about that? All right. Now we take a little piece of paper, sandpaper as it is. We find us a hole, push it through there. And we start sanding down. Now, take the one we were going to line up, show you it works. Okay, remember this one needs to go, let me see, I need to go a little bit more, need to go about 1/8 of a turn. So we'll take that out. You don't want to get too rough with sandpaper because it will actually round it a little bit. And if you get really super fine, it can get so fine that you take forever to get the job done. You look at that. That's perfect for about 1/16 of a turn. You see how put a little carbon there. It's working. It's working. It's slow, but it'll get us there. There we go. Let me see if I can line that up for the camera. That's all there is to it.